previous video, we saw how Rome and Carthage first fought in the First Punic War, which ended in a Roman victory and the conquest of Sicily, Sardinia, and Corsica. In this video, we will see how the two rivals faced off again in the Second and Third Punic Wars, which decided the fate of the ancient world. The Second Punic War began when Carthage expanded its presence in Spain, which was an area of Roman influence. The leader of this expansion was Hannibal, son of the Carthaginian general Hamilcar Barca, who had sworn revenge on Rome for the defeat in the First War. Hannibal was a brilliant and daring commander who led an army of African, Iberian, and Gaul soldiers, as well as war elephants. Hannibal invaded Spain and attacked the city of Saguntum, which was an ally of Rome. This violated an earlier treaty between Rome and Carthage, which had fixed a border at the Ebro River. Rome demanded that Carthage hand over Hannibal, but Carthage refused. Thus began the war. Hannibal surprised the Romans by crossing the Pyrenees and the Alps with his army and entering Italy from the north. He hoped to gain the support of the Italian peoples who were dissatisfied with Roman rule, but most of Rome's allies remained loyal. Hannibal defeated the Romans in several famous battles, including the Battle of Lake Trasimene in 217 BC and the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC, where he used an ingenious double envelopment tactic to surround and massacre the Roman army. However, Hannibal was unable to capture Rome or force its surrender. He was trapped in Italy for over 15 years, without receiving sufficient reinforcements or supplies from Carthage. The Romans adopted a strategy of avoiding direct confrontation with Hannibal and using a scorched earth policy to deprive him of resources. They also sent an army under Scipio Africanus to attack Carthage in Africa and force Hannibal to return home. The war ended in 202 BC at the Battle of Zama, where Scipio defeated Hannibal in a decisive battle. Carthage had to accept humiliating peace terms, which included losing all its possessions outside Africa, paying a huge war indemnity, reducing its army and navy, and submitting to Roman rule. Rome emerged as the dominant power in the Mediterranean and the ancient world. The Third Punic War was the result of Roman resentment against Carthage, which was still seen as a potential threat. Despite having complied with the terms of the earlier treaty, Carthage was attacked by its neighbor Numidia, which was allied with Rome. Carthage attempted to defend itself, but this violated the clause that forbade the city from waging war without Rome's permission. Rome seized this pretext to declare war on Carthage in 149 BC, demanding that the city surrender unconditionally and move inland, away from the sea. Carthage refused to accept these demands and prepared to resist the Roman siege. The war lasted 3 years and was brutal and bloody. The Carthaginians fought desperately, using every resource at their disposal, including women and children. In 146 BC, the Romans finally invaded and destroyed the city of Carthage, killing or enslaving its inhabitants. They burned the buildings and razed the walls. It is said that they even salted the ground to prevent anything from growing there again. Carthage was wiped off the map and never recovered. Rome annexed all of North Africa as its new province. The Punic Wars were a turning point in ancient history, as they determined the fate of two great civilizations and established Roman dominance over the Mediterranean world for centuries. They also showed the spirit of resistance and determination on both sides, as well as the atrocities and suffering of war. We hope you enjoyed this video about the Punic Wars. If you did, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more history videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.